Hey fam, it's Kelly again. And growing up, I didn't grow up in a Christian home. In fact, I found Jesus when I was 16 or 15 in front of a donut shop. And once I found God, my eyes were open to a whole new world of community, Bible, the origin of life, the meaning, morality. All these things just kind of surprised me. And I started going to church, and there was people who worshiped Jesus who were my age, and it was awesome. And then eventually I found the blessing that comes with serving people, and I was in charge of bringing donuts every Sunday morning to my high school group. And then I rediscovered for the first time actually what prayer actually was, and I was in charge of a prayer team. And then eventually I got excited about going overseas and doing missions work, and I joined a hip-hop missionary group in Australia, and I did missions in Australia, and then I went to Bible college and got my master's degree, and then somebody told me something very dangerous. What they told me changed the trajectory of my spiritual development. And what they told me was I was mature. And that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that I believed them, because the moment I thought I was mature, I stopped becoming surprised by the different elements of God's glory and God's word. And then suddenly I would go to life group, I'd be like, whatever. And I would, maybe go on a mission trip here and there, but I just thought it was just travel. And then I would open up my Bible and I would think I knew it all already. And as I got older, my view of God became smaller. As I got older, my view of God became narrow and narrower and narrower until I really didn't desire to spend time with Him anymore. I call that the bell curve of familiarity. And I'm not sure if you've ever experienced that, but I've experienced that. And my hope is that during this pandemic and the time that we have to share with one another and the time that you have to share between you and God is that you would grow older and your view of God would become bigger, not smaller. My hope is that we would be like Lucy in C.S. Lewis's book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And she says this, Aslan, Aslan, dear Aslan, sobbed Lucy. At last, the great beast rolled over on his side so that Lucy fell halfway sitting and halfway lying between his front paws. He bent forward and he just touched her nose with her tongue. His warm breath came all around her and she gazed up into his large, wise face. Welcome, child, he said. Aslan, said Lucy, you're bigger. Well, that's because you're older, little one, answered he. Not because you're older? I'm not. But every year that you grow, you will find me bigger. See, Lucy in this story has grown older, and her view of Aslan the lion has also grown bigger. See, Aslan represents God, and Lucy represents us. And my hope is, as you grow older, your view of God may become bigger. I say this because the greatest hindrance to your faith is believing that you already know everything about it. And so, my encouragement to you as we're walking through the book of John is today, read the book of John, but read John chapter 3, verse 16. Now, that's a familiar passage, but don't get caught up in the familiarity. Read it 5 times. And each time you read it, emphasize the word love, emphasize the word gave, emphasize the word believe, emphasize the word perish, emphasize the word life. Write down your comments, write down your insights, and share them with us. And my hope is that you may be surprised by His love, that you will experience His generosity over and over again, and that you will live life abundantly.